Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ambarish Mitra. I'm co-founder and CEO of Blippar. For those of you who are new to awareness of Blippar, Blippar is an image recognition augmented reality platform targeted to brand-to-consumer interaction. Hence, this session is very relevant to the whole subject of brand engagement, because Blippar is all about brand engagement in the AR space. So the most important point to be made here to start with is we call it image recognition in AR. You call it image recognition AR, augmented reality. But my girlfriend, my mom, my friends don't know that term. It's as good as calling a website an HTML page, which no one calls in everyday language. Hence, we defined this and we coined this new term called blip, as it mentions in the definition here. Blip or blipped or blipping is the action of instantaneously converting any image in the real world into an interactive wow experience. So the whole behavior of holding a phone and pointing at something and getting a layer of relevant information on top of it is called blipping. And that's what our consumers say. That's what our brands say. When a brands like BMW or Mercedes or Coca-Cola, when they write an email to us, they never say that, can we do an augmented reality campaign? They always say, how do we create blippable content, or how do we blipparize our brand? And that's the ambition of the business, and that's where we are heading towards. We are a single platform, free for consumers, paid for by brands. It's a browser through which brands convert any of its marketing mediums. So when you think of branding, what is really a brand? You know, it's the image assets, it's the advertising, it's the experience of the product, it's the product packaging, it's the key messages which a brand gives to the consumers. All that make a branding experience. And imagine if we convert all those into an interactive experience, brands are going to love it. So converting all that offline real estate, print advertising, outdoor ads, product packaging, even television advertising into an interactive experience by pointing your phone at it, it works. And why we say it works, because Blippar is an 8-month-old business. We launched August to September last year. And since then, we've done more than 100 campaigns with top 100 brands in the world, from Tesco to Coca-Cola to Nike to Cadbury's to Kit Kats, Smirnoff, Heinz, you name it, Mercedes, BMW. We've done campaigns, and we've done campaigns on a wide variety of mediums. So we've done press ads, outdoor ads, in-store, television recognition, actual product packaging. So, and we've seen significant amount of users using it. Today, Blippar has more than 500,000 users, and it's a cumulative audience of all these brands. So, of course, when we started off, there were 6,000 users in month one. But with each brand launching their content on the Blippar platform, it started to work. It's reaching a critical mass where actually brands are beginning to see a return on investment working with Blippar. So I'm not going to show you any further slides. This was just to introduce the whole concept of blipping. I'll straight get into the demo mode and show you some real campaigns, how Blippar's been doing so far. So I'm going to break it into few units of content. To start with, I'm going to get into product packaging. So how few brands are utilizing the product packaging to make their brands more interactive. So I'm going to move over to the Blippar browser. So you can see this is WKD, a leading vodka brand in Britain. And it's a box. I've wrapped it in a way to make it more user-friendly in terms of traveling. You can clearly see on the packaging, there's a Blippar call to action of download the app and interact with the medium. That's a very strong commitment from a brand, and we're able to drive that from brands. So instantly it recognizes the packaging, and it asks you whether you're over 18, being an alcohol brand. We say yes, and the whole interaction in this case is about this character called Howie, which is also in all the, which is also in all their television campaigns, where they're promoting this Howie about weekends and nightlife and how he can make your weekends more fun. It's quite a high, fun, engaging brand. That's the challenges of doing live demos as usual. So as you see how he comes on stage, it becomes like a personal stereo stage. And of course, users can share their photos and create videos like Dance with Howie. And it's completely about brand engagement, and it works, and users love it. That's an idea which WKD went ahead with. And their philosophy is to immerse their users more into the branded content straight from the product. Another campaign we did was with Heinz tomato ketchup, where this was a global campaign where instantly you recognize a ketchup bottle, and it becomes an interactive recipe book. And you could pretty much go through the recipes, download them, look at the videos. And not only that, I mean, there's a competition where they're giving away 10 prizes every day. Of course, we haven't won today. And it's quite immersive, and we're tracking performance where people use it between 5 and 8 p.m. in the evenings. That's where the spike of traffic takes place. Demographic targeted more towards women. It just shows that something as simple as a product could become interactive, and you don't have to do very expensive marketing to drive this level of engagement. Next, I'm going to move on to the concept of actual ROI in terms of AR commerce. So brands are always doing product-based advertising on press medium and outdoor medium, and Tesco, which is the world's second largest retailer and the largest retailer in Britain, has this fashion label called F&F, and they recently did a campaign where actually users could buy the clothes out of the press ad. So this is the ad where, if I move away, you can see basically it says blip to buy the look. And as you notice, again, our logo is on all the products because that's quite important. That's the only way users are educated that something is blippable. So instantly, you recognize the magazine ad, and you're able to look through the entire range of clothing. So it's a single image with a model standing there, but now Tesco is able to show 10 different images out of that single image, and you can buy each elements of clothing line, whether the jeans or the top or the shoes, straight from this page. So if we click on tap to buy the sandals, straight away we are on the mobile optimized pages of Tesco, where you can add to basket and check out. It's quite a simple phenomena where print advertising is directly creating impulse-led purchases. If you saw this magazine and there was no interactive feature in it, you would have forgotten about it or wouldn't have maybe looked at it again. But before Blippar came on board, Tesco was selling 0 shoes or 0 clothes out of a print ad. Today they're able to sell those. The numbers are low, but before that conversion was 0. Today conversion's around 5%. So that's still a huge uplift, and it showcases that this whole new medium is working. Let's just wait for the signal to come back. Have to wait 20 seconds. You can ask me any questions if you have in between. Yeah.
You said conversion was 5%.
Mm-hmm.
5% of what?
Circulation
or impression?
No, it's a click-through rate. So people actually looking at an ad and then deciding to go through the ad and actually purchase it. So it's a funnel. The first barrier is around 27%, where everybody who looked at the ad, 27% people actually clicked on it. And out of those 27%, 5% decided to buy the items. Yeah. And if you compare it to any other competing metrics, though there's really genuinely no competition to this medium, but even against existing internet-led banner advertising, the return on investment is higher. So this is an exclusive preview of a KitKat campaign which goes live next week. And it's about winning Euro 2012 football tickets. It's the category of gamification where you could play a game of product packaging. So you can see the KitKat bar instantly becomes interactive, and you can play a football game out of it. So we're going to have a quick demo about it. You press play now, and a football pitch comes alive in 3D space, and you got to defend the balls here. And you score as you defend the balls, and a red ball gives you bigger score. And there's a leaderboard, and the top 50 scorers in the leaderboard would actually get tickets to the Euro 2012 finals, which is pretty amazing for football fans. So we just scored 9. The highest score is 139. It's a very competitive game, and people would be playing it again and again. We've done some test runs, and users feel very addictive to it because it's a natural behavior. Football is a sport of fashion and of passion, and getting mixed between fashion and passion here. And it drives very high amount of engagement. So that's another idea where you can see augmented reality is being used for gaming purposes. So already we've covered brand-led interactions with recipes and branded characters. We've covered elements of commerce. We've covered gamification. Now I'm going to move on to editorial. So another area which Blippar is working a lot towards is converting existing media like publishers into more interactive medium. So ability to see yesterday's football goals, ability to see what was the outcome of the basketball match yesterday, key highlights straight from a newspaper, is fascinating. So we've partnered with the Guardian Media Group, Metro Newspaper Group, and News International to showcase that on a daily level, it doesn't have to be ads. If you actually make key sections of the newspaper blippable, users actually immerse and interact more with the newspaper. So this is a good example of Sport magazine cover where they're promoting this whole, again, Euro 2012, which is a big stuff in Europe at the moment, showcasing the highlights of the goals. And again, what I'm not able to show you because of the interaction, all these ads have the Blippar call to action. That's a standard logo, except only thing blippable, only message that is different is when it says, what is the outcome? In this case, it says to watch the trailer. So when it's a competition, it says to win the prize. So that image is the same, except the message is always unique, so the user knows what to expect out of it. Stuff magazine is another very, very successful tech magazine in Britain, where you can, again, interact with the whole magazine. We've done a partnership where the whole issue is interactive, and they explain in page 7, where they explain to the users that this is an interactive magazine, and wherever you see the Blippar logo, you can switch on your phone and interact with the medium. So this is a sign that newspapers and magazines are adopting this technology, and it's clearly working. And when I say partnerships, this is not a one-off. These are all long-term relationships, and every Friday or every Sunday in a lot of the key sports sections. It's slowly getting there, but it's getting there where publishers are making their content more interactive. So the fifth category I'm going to speak about is actually brand immersion, where you're actually physically participating in a brand, not just promoting the product, but how it feels. So this is a boy band, British boy band, which is doing pretty well in America, called The Wanted, and their entire tour brochure is blippable. So here the musician is a brand as well, and it has its own assets like the CD covers, the posters, the tour brochures. The tour brochures are normally priced at like $10, but because it's blippable, it's priced more expensive, and fans are paying money for that more expensive price because it is blippable. And the great thing is the click-through rates in areas where passion is involved, like sports or music, it's 80% plus. So every 10,000 users which have actually interacted with the Wanted brochure, more than 8,000 people have actually clicked through and massively interacted with this medium, and they love, and there's a huge demand for this area. This is another one with Sony Xperia, where you could actually immerse into the features of the phone in 3D space and check out what are the cool things they're showing using 3D elements of the technology, and can be used as part of the whole branding experience. And they're showing the phone in a different way. Normally, instead of showing the mechanical parts, they're showing in a 3D way that what are the different things you can do with the phone, like booking holidays, watching movies, booking your flights, and YouTube videos and alarm clocks and stuff like that. They're using a different method. So to summarize, advertising and branding is working really well, and those of you who are critical about the space, we have enough data to prove you wrong, where I don't know what has been said all day about this space at all or not, but it's an area of high return on investment for brands. It's completely down to the creativity of the brand, how they like to use the technology. Blippar is a platform. We are brand agnostic. We are open to any ideas what brands are open to, and it's actually the brands who come up. We're not an agency, we're a platform. It's the brands who come up with these great ideas to utilize the technology to connect with its audience, and it's just the beginning. Many brands, you'll be hearing a lot more about us. More than 250 brands globally working with us, and we launch in the American market in 2 weeks' time. And there's some very, very interesting case studies coming soon. Thanks for your time.